watching Waterbury High School basketball replay presented by Waterbury High School Sports on channel 16 and 96.
Hello everybody, welcome to the Crosby Palace for another edition of Waterbury High School Sports Basketball Replay. My name is Michael Valenti. We're in the quarterfinals of the CIAC Class L tournament. Tonight we have the Crosby Bulldogs squaring off against the Ledyard Colonels. And it's going to be a good matchup, 3 versus 6 in the Class L tournament.
Starting lineups. For Ledyard, at guard, junior, number 3, Deontay. At forward, junior, number 11, Philip Thomas. At forward, senior, number 2, John Henson. At forward, senior, number 5, Terry Childs. At center, senior, number 35, Darnay Gray. At guard, freshman number 14, Ty Sands. At forward, junior number 15, Sarvan Love. At guard, senior 00, Lex Perez. At forward, senior number 23, Rogers.
Big matchup tonight that you're going to be looking for is going to be up the middle. Number 35, Darnay Gray for the Ledyard Colonels. For the Ledyard Colonels, I should say. Sorry about that. 15 and a half points per game, 6'4" underneath. Zarvon Love, the junior for Crosby, as he wins the tip-off, goes to Tyshawn Rogers. Pass over to Asim King. We're underway here. Tyrus Sands getting a start tonight. Love now with the ball. Drives the baseline shot, put up, no good. Ball is loose, and it's going the other way to the Colonels. Shot up off the glass, no good. The tip-in is good. That is Darnay Gray scoring first for Ledyard. And a quick 2 points there by Lex Perez. Perez, the big senior, part of the core 3 of the Crosby Bulldogs offensive attack. Joined by Asim King, currently guarding the ball. Then Tyshawn Rogers, number 23, who you see at the foul line. 2-0, Ledyard leads early in this first quarter. Nice bounce dribble there. Shot put up. It's no good, and it's rebounded by Tyrus Sands. And a foul is called on the loose ball. Kerry Childs, number 5 for Ledyard, commits the foul, as it will go the other way.
At Crosby.
So let's introduce the starting lineups here. First for the Crosby Bulldogs, who have the ball. Asim King looking to inbound to somebody and does so to Tyshawn Rogers, number 23. Pass is intercepted and then quickly picked up by Lex Perez, number 00. And to finish off the starting lineup, number 14, Tyrus Sands, and number 15, Zarvon Love. Pass intended for Zarvon Love there, but some miscommunication between him and Asim King. It goes out of bounds, so Ledyard will get the ball. And to go with Ledyard's starting lineup, it's number 35, Darnay Gray, number 5, Kari Childs, Dominique Benson, number 11, Philip Thomas, and number 3, Deontay Bruton. Nice pass underneath, and it's good for 2. That again is Darnay Gray. So Crosby, something you don't see from them throughout this season, is them trailing. They've only lost one game. It was here at the Crosby Palace against Sacred Heart as Asim King hits the 2 there. We're back even at 4 here in the first quarter. Shot off the glass, not too many steps there. Rebounded by the Colonel. Shot for three, no good. And it's rebounded by Tyshawn Rogers. Going to Tyrus Sands and quickly to Asim King. Trying to catch the Colonels off guard. Shot put up for three. It's good. Lex Perez with the big three-pointer there. Philip Thomas goes cross court to Gray. Goes out of bounds a little off the mark. And the Bulldogs will get the ball back. A big crowd tonight here at the Crosby Palace. Not a lot of empty seats here as they are looking to see the Crosby Bulldogs head to the semifinals where they would have a date at the Mohegan Sun Arena. Shot put up for three. No good. And it's rebounded underneath by Deontay Bruton going the other way. Ball goes out of bounds. Last touch by Asim King. 7-4 here in the first quarter. Crosby Bulldogs lead this one. The inbound pass in the corner. Now behind the three-point line is Bruton. A little bit about this Colonel team from Ledyard. Finished the season, or right now they are 20-4 as the pass is intercepted going the other way. Tyshawn Rogers behind the back, up, but draws the foul. Ball doesn't go in, so he'll go to the line shooting two.
Like I would put a tripod on it, but it's just so loose.
So continuing on what I was saying about Ledyard, 20-4 coming into tonight. They were 14-0 in their conference. Conference consisting of 6 teams. First is good from Tyshawn Rogers. And of the 6, 4 finished with winning records. So it's a pretty strong conference for a small one. And Ledyard finished 14-0 against that conference. Second free throw from Tyshawn Rogers is good. The Bulldogs coming into this one only lost 1 game throughout the entire regular season. As I mentioned before, a home game against Sacred Heart, their Naugatuck Valley League rivals. Pass to the right side. Nice pass on the right. Kicking it out wide open. Takes the shot now, and it is off the rim. Rebounded underneath. Gray and Love fight over the ball, and it forces a jump ball. Will stay with the Colonels. And we have our first substitution of the game. Inbound pass goes to number 1. That's River Thomas. Nice pass underneath. Philip Thomas can't get it in, and it's rebounded by Tyrus Sands. Going the other way now. 2-3 zone being applied by Ledyard. Usually the 2-3 zone is to avoid driving in, and that shot no good from King. Love trying to save it there, but with 4:03 in the first, his foot goes out of bounds. So it's 9-4. Crosby leads here in the first quarter, halfway through the first. Bruton, guarded by Tyshawn Rogers. As he drives the baseline, he touches out of bounds, and it will go back to Crosby. Tyshawn Rogers, now over to Tyrus Sands. Asim King, trying to get Lex Perez there, and a foul before Perez can drive the baseline. That's on River Thomas, number 1. Both teams pretty stacked when it comes to upperclassmen. For Crosby, they have 6 seniors. Pass intercepted, going the other way. Up, and it's no good. Rebounded underneath, though, by Ledyard. Number 5 draws the foul. That's Kari Childs. As I was saying, 6 seniors tonight for Crosby, 5 for Ledyard. So Part of the reason why both these teams are in the higher seeds in the Class LL CIAC tournament. Crosby the 3, Ledyard the 6. First free throw is good.
Imagine if you saw him like he dropped like 200 pounds. Rebound.
Second free throw is good. So with that, it is now 9-6 in favor of Crosby. Pass over to Asim King, who gets the jumper, and it's good for 2. He circled right around the free throw line, found himself an open shot, got the pass, put it up, and good for 2. Nice play there by Asim King. Nice pass underneath to Darnay Gray, but mishandles it, regains possession off the glass, no good, can't get his own rebound, and Tyshawn Rogers behind the back is going the other way, and a whistle is blown. You're watching Waterbury High School Sports Basketball Replay on Channel 16 and 96. My name is Michael Valenti, and tonight it is the quarterfinals of the CIAC Class LL tournament between the Crosby Bulldogs and the Ledyard Colonels. Nice play there, shot put up, no good, and it's going the other way. Gray up and draws the foul. Asim King is the one who committed the foul. Darnay Gray, a big, tall player here, 6'4", averaging 15.5 points a game, misses the first free throw. This is the guy that Crosby needs to focus on tonight, especially underneath. They're not the greatest rebounding team, but Zarvon Love and Tyra Sands, who got the rebound there, are probably their best rebounders and need to block out Gray as much as possible on both ends of the court. Pass goes cross court now to Lex Perez for 3, no good. Sands picks up the rebound, underneath to Love, fades away, no good, and that's picked up by number 5, Kari Childs.
It's the backboard, oh my God.
Now to Bruton. Bruton stops at the foul line, draws a foul. It's going to be offensive, going the other way. Deontay Bruton commits the charge there, trying to kick it out to Philip Thomas. But Asim King does a very good job in planting his feet as he falls down. Love circling around to Lex Perez, drives the baseline, up, no good. The tip in is no good, but a foul is called. So Zarvon Love will go to the line, shooting 2. Love's first free throw is no good. You don't really see Zarvon Love head to the line too much. He's usually the one that gets the rebounds on this team. Not much of the scorer like Perez, King, and Tyshawn Rogers are. Second free throw is no good as well. Gray picks up the rebound. It's loose. And then a travel is called on number 2. That is Dominique Benson.
Crosby wins this year, state championship. Like they did it 10 years ago.
Bounce pass over to Tyshawn Rogers.
Yeah.
Rogers to the left side. Now circles back. Lex Perez to Asim King. Had the shot, but doesn't take it. Over to Zarvon Love. Trying to find a way underneath. They do to Lex Perez, but mishandles it, and it goes out of bounds. So Crosby, who's known to get points in transition, force those turnovers. They're not going to have that luxury tonight, it looks like. Pass up and one. Darnay Gray picks up the rebound, draws the foul, and gets the basket. As opposed to many of the teams that Crosby has faced this year, Ledyard so far looks like they're a team that can take care of this ball, doesn't have a lot of turnovers, and doesn't give Crosby a lot of chances to rebound. They did get the rebound there as Gray misses the free throw to complete the three-point play. Rogers drives, up the glass, and good for two. That's 4 points for the all-time Naugatuck Valley League scorer. Pick set there by the Colonels. Crosby going with man-to-man defense. Ball's loose, picked up by Gray. Up and against the glass, good for two. Already 8 points for Darnay Gray, halfway through his season average. Whistle's blown before the shot from Tyshawn Rogers. And we have a substitution. Going to put in some speed and some three-point depth as Juan Perea comes in for Zarvon Love. It looks like now Tyrus Sands will be in charge of Darnay Gray underneath. King is in the corner, stops his dribble, passes over to Lex Perez. Perez lofted over to Tyshawn Rogers, contact made, and a whistle is blown. So you see the banner right there, 2004-2005 state champions Crosby. That's the last time they won a state championship. So they're looking to do the same this year. Heavy favorites as the number 3 seed. Tyrus Sands wide open for three, but a foul is called before the shot. And that's going to be on Darnay Gray, who just tackled Juan Padilla. So Padilla will take the free throws. And he's shaken up a little bit. He's all right, though. This is something I've never seen before. The foul was during the shot of Tyrus Sands. So Juan Perea will go to the line, I believe, because it's a 1-and-1. So the first one is good. So it's not because Tyrus Sands was in the process of shooting that he's at the line. It's because Ledyard has already committed 17 fouls. Second free throw is good.
Two batteries.
Bounce pass underneath. Spin move. Shot blocked, and it's picked up by Juan Perea. Now going the other way. Pass over to Perea. Now over to Tyshawn Rogers. Rogers for three. That's Asim King. No good. Rebounded by Tyshawn Rogers underneath to King. Less than a minute to go. Rogers drives, kicks it out. Wide open Sands with 10 seconds. Good. Tyrus Sands with the big three-pointer there as the first quarter ends. Tip-in is no good from Darnay Gray. So a good first quarter. Challenge made against Crosby, and so far it's so good. 18-10 is the score after one. You're watching Waterbury High School Sports Basketball Replay on channel 16 and 96. We get set for the second quarter of play. 18-10 the score here at the Crosby Palace. My name is Michael Valenti. You're watching Waterbury High School Sports Basketball Replay. Quarterfinal action of the CIAC Class LL Tournament. Crosby Bulldogs coming in as the number 3 seed, home team tonight. Ledyard Colonels as the number 6 seed, looking to spoil what could be the first CIAC state championship for Crosby since 2004-2005. Asim King gets the inbound pass as we're underway here in the second quarter. Pass over to Lex Perez, now to Zarvon Love. Love kicks it out, it's intercepted, and it's going the other way. Shot off the glass and good for 2. That's Philip Thomas. Philip Thomas easily read that pass, stole it. Only Tyshawn Rogers there to defend, who missed that shot. Ball is loose. Lex Perez saves it. It goes to Rogers. Shot no good, and it's rebounded by Deontay Bruton. Bounce pass. Out of bounds. No good. And it's going the other way. Asim King with the ball, passing over to the left. Zarvon Love misses the shot in front, but it's rebounded underneath, and the Colonels gain possession, but the player was out of bounds. So substitution in, looks like for Crosby. Juan Padilla comes in for Zarvon Love. Perez in the corner. Now over to Tyrus Sands. Now Asim King. 2-3 zone still applied. Switched over to a 3-2 zone for Ledyard. Perez for 3. No good. It's rebounded by the Bulldogs. So the Bulldogs so far have done a good job as Lex Perez hits the 2 there. They've done a pretty good job underneath. Shot blocked and out of bounds. Juan Perea blocks Deontay Bruton. Juan Perea doesn't really get a lot of minutes, but tonight it looks like they're going to be asking for him a lot more. Shot put up for 3 by Thomas. It's good. Shot put up for 3. Off the back of the rim, no good, and picked up by Darnay Gray. The layup was good, so Ledyard picks up 2 more points. King to Tyshawn Rogers. Up, no foul called. Shot blocked by Gray, and it's going the other way. Bounce pass to Gray. Up off the glass and good for 2. Now quickly going the other way. Tyrus Sands is called for the offensive foul and a charge. Darnay Gray again drawing the foul there. We're even at 20 with 5:49 to go in the second quarter. Bounce pass underneath to Gray, mishandles it, and it's going the other way. Tried to rush it, catch the Bulldogs off guard, but what happened was they rushed it a little too much. People weren't set, so when the passes were there, they mishandle it, and Gray puts the ball out of bounds. Shot put up for 3, little short there, off the hand of Zarvon Love, and it's going the other way.
What was the final score of that Ledyard-Kennedy game?
So the Colonels again. Pass underneath. Gray off the glass and good for 2. So once again, Gray finds the open shot underneath, and the Bulldogs are not finding an answer there. Pass intercepted by Gray, and it's going the other way. He's wide open. Shot up. Blocked, but a foul is called. As I was saying before, they haven't found an answer yet for Darnay Gray. They are looking to get that answer from Zarvon Love, but he's not doing a good job so far underneath, as Gray has 12 points so far in this game. Will go to the line shooting 2. Timeout is called on the floor. So if I'm head coach Nick Augelli for Crosby, what I'm telling them is, listen, we got to find a way to box out this Darnay Gray guy. He is killing us underneath. Get him to the free throw line. Foul him if you have to, because he has 3 free throw attempts so far in this game. He missed all 3. He's going up for 2 more. So even if he hits both of them, he'll be 2 for 5 from the free throw line. Not the greatest numbers. So you'd rather see him go 1 for 2 than get the easy 2 points, or even over 2, get the rebounds. Because on the free throws, the Bulldogs have been uncontested underneath on the rebounds. So even if Gray hits the first, you miss the second, you're getting the ball back only with 1. So you gotta be a little bit more physical underneath with Darnay Gray. He goes to the line shooting 2 after the foul by the Bulldogs. First free throw is no good. So now Gray is 0 for 4 on the free throw line. Second free throw is no good, so 0 for 5, and a rebound by Zarvon Love. Asim King passes to his left to Lex Perez. He drives the baseline up, and no good, but a foul is called. Lex Perez has been trying to drive that baseline all night. Hasn't been too efficient, though. He drew the foul this time. Will go to the line shooting 2. So Lex Perez back to the line. Second free throw is good. Now Crosby applies the double team and forces a turnover. That's the Bulldogs team that we know. Double team the man with the ball, force a turnover, get the shot. There's Juan Perea for 3. No good. Rebounded by River Thomas, stolen by Zarvon Love. Underneath Lex Perez, off the glass, good for 2. 10 points for Lex Perez. Pass intercepted. Here we go again. Lofted up, but a little too much oomph on that one as Zarvon Love was trying to connect to Asim King. 4:25 to go in the second quarter. River Thomas guarded by Lex Perez. Ball's loose, still loose, and picked up by River Thomas. Wide open underneath. There's Darnay Gray again. So the Bulldogs miss an opportunity there to pick up the ball, get a fast break. And because of their over-aggressiveness, shot put up, and a foul is called on River Thomas. Not sure if the foot was on the line or not, but I think Lex Perez will go to the line shooting 3. No, his foot was on. No, they are going to call it 3. They will call 3 free throws on this one. So the Crosby Bulldogs defense starting to come alive here. First free throw is good. Second free throw, no good. Lex Perez not doing too well on the free throw line tonight. 2 of 6 so far. There's the free throw, and it's good. So 2 out of 3 ain't bad, as Meatloaf would sing. As Lex Perez hits 2 out of 3 that time. Another double team applied. Ball is loose, and it's no good. And it's rebounded by Juan Perea, then goes to Tyshawn Rogers. Off, under roll, and good. Bruton, shot up and good for 2. That's his first 2 points of the night. Perez drives the baseline again, kicks it out this time. Wide open, Juan Padilla for 3. Off the back of the rim, no good. Darnay Gray gets the rebound, and a foul is called. The foul against Crosby. And substitutions are being made here.
It was an auto body.
So Stephen Dunbar comes into the game. Pass underneath. Ball no good. And it's rebounded by the Colonels going the other way. Off the glass and no good off the back of the rim. Going the other way, Tyshawn Rogers. 2-on-1. Shot up and 1. Tyshawn Rogers with the big lay in there, draws the foul. Will try to complete the 3-point play. Only 8 points tonight for Rogers. The average is almost 30 a game. Refs are consulting here. I don't know if there's a conflict of what the call should have been before the shot, after the shot. Offensive, defensive foul. I'm not quite sure exactly where they're going with this conference. Maybe who the foul was on. Whatever the reason that they conference, it's over. Tyshawn Rogers will go to the line. Rogers, who drew the foul. Misses the free throw, and we're going the other way. Benson passing it over. It's intercepted, but the ball is loose on the floor. A foul is called. And that's on Zarvon Love. And Zarvon Love is out of the game now. Lex Perez comes back in. Inbound goes to Deontay Bruton. Double team now. Ball is wafted up. Back wide open for 3. No good. Rebounded underneath by the Colonels. Shot up, no good. Juan Padilla, the smallest guy on the court, picks up the rebound. Tyshawn Rogers underneath, wide open is Dunbar, and it's good for 2 with 2.5 to go. Crosby leads by 5. Shot up, no good. Gray can't get the rebound, and it's eventually picked up by Lex Perez. Going the other way now, Asim King. King kicks it out to Rogers, wide open for 3. No good off the front of the rim, rebounded by Lex Perez. He's got 3 Colonels around him. And it's going the other way as the ball goes out of bounds with 2:05 to go in the second. Philip Thomas. Inbounds shot. And an offensive foul against Ledyard. Going the other way. And a timeout called here as we are towards the end of the first half. Crosby currently leading this one by 5. Ledyard not dying just yet. I think what the Colonels need to do is try to get that ball underneath, give it to Darnay Gray. He's been dominating underneath. They haven't found an answer for him yet unless he just misses the shot. You either got to foul him or get a hand on him so he misses the shot. Other than that, the Colonels have done that so well tonight. Get it underneath for Darnay Gray. For Crosby, try to do what's been working for you all year round. Start double teaming the man with the ball, force those turnovers, get those points in transition. Stephen Dunbar over to Juan Padilla, the two shortest players for the Bulldogs now with the ball. Now over to Lex Perez. Perez underneath to Tyshawn Rogers. Misses his step, but passes over to Juan Padilla. As we're approaching the 1 minute mark in this second quarter. Rogers on top of the key, circling around. For 3, good! Gray up and draws the foul with 1:19 to go in the second quarter. So not a bad foul to commit. Darnay Gray already 0 for 7 from the free throw line. His first is good. So the streak ends at 7, and a new one starts at 1. Second free throw is good as well. Lex Perez takes the 3, no good. And it's rebounded by the Colonels going the other way. Bounce pass underneath. The shot is no good. Rebounded by the Bulldogs. Now over to Juan Padilla. Asim King for 3. Well short of the mark with 45 seconds to go, and a foul is called. Exactly 45 seconds to go. (34-28) the score. Crosby leading this one. And it's lofted over to number 2, Dominique Benson. Now the Bulldogs trying to, wide open. It's good. Dominique Benson, so the Bulldogs trying to do their double team to force the turnover, and what ends up happening is a couple of cross-court passes. Wide open was Benson for the easy 2. Dunbar over to Padilla. King. Or excuse me, now King has the ball. That was Perez. As he slows things down, trying to get the last shot before the buzzer. King, bounce pass. Dunbar for 3. No good. Rebounded by Rogers. It's up. No good. The tip-in is no good at the end of the half. The Crosby Bulldogs lead this one, but it really can go to anybody with 16 minutes to go in this one. You're watching Waterbury High School Sports Basketball Replay on Channel 16 and 96. It's been a fun one here at the Crosby Palace. At the half, it's 34-30 on Waterbury High School Sports Basketball Replay. Class LL CIAC tournament. At the half, it's 34-30. Crosby Bulldogs leading this one, but not by much. Not to what they're comfortable with and what they're usually up against at the CIAC Class LL tournament. Leading scorers for the first half, we'll start off with the trailing and visiting Ledyard Colonels. Darnay Gray, 15 points. Philip Thomas, 5 points. And Dominique Benson with 4 points. And now for the Crosby Bulldogs, currently leading this one 34-30. Lex Perez leading the way with 12. Tyshawn Rogers with 10 and Asim King with 7. So again, what the Bulldogs need to do if they want to keep this lead and head on to the Mohegan Sun Arena for the Elite Eight of the CIAC tournament is to really find a way to box out Darnay Gray. Find a way to get him to the free throw line. 1 of 8 from the free throw line. So maybe if you have to foul him underneath to get him to the free throw line, you do that. Because leaving him wide open for these easy tip-ins is not going to do it as we're underway here. The Colonels have the ball, driving underneath, shot put up off the glass, no good, and it is rebounded by Zarvon Love. We're going the other way now. Asim King to Tyshawn Rogers, back to King. King double team, passing it over to Lex Perez. In the corners, Tyshawn Rogers. Rogers passing it around, back to Rogers. Lex Perez, now Asim King wide open for 3. No good, it's short and rebounded uncontestedly by Darnay Gray. Shot put up, no good. Philip Thomas can't get the tip in, and it's rebounded by Tyrus Sands. So a good start for the second half for the rebounding team of the Crosby Bulldogs. Zarvon Love, Tyrus Sands each with a rebound. Bounce pass to Lex Perez. Back to Asim King. King can't find anything, so he hands it over to Tyshawn Rogers. Now to Zarvon Love, kicking it out to Lex Perez. Can't get it underneath. Wide open again is Asim King for 3. This one's no good. Goes over the backboard and out of bounds. Deontay Bruton now passing it over to Philip Thomas. A 3-2 zone, mostly man-to-man. Pass underneath to Gray. Some contact made, but Gray was able to get the shot in. No foul call. So 17 points now for the senior. Lex Perez wide open. Tyrus Sands for 3. Good. Gray again. Can't get it. Gets the rebound. It's good for 2. So once again, Darnay Gray finds it underneath and gets the 2 points. Bounce pass to Tyrus Sands. Puts up a 3. Good again. Tyrus Sands heating up. Back-to-back 3-pointers for him, both on both sides of the court, too. Pick set. Spin move there. Up. And an offensive foul going the other way. Early on in the third quarter, 40-34. Crosby leading this one by 6. Quarterfinals of the CIAC Class Double-L tournament. Winner gets a trip to Uncasville, Connecticut, Mohegan Sun Arena. Juan Padilla re-enters the game. He'll take the point, passing it over to Zarvon Love. Over to Tyshawn Rogers, over to Lex Perez. Padilla retreats over to Tyrus Sands. He's got the hot hand right now. Back-to-back 3-pointers. Now to Lex Perez. Over to Zarvon Love. Circling around the zone. Wide open. Padilla for 3. No good. And it goes out of bounds. And it's last touch by the Bulldogs. So Ledyard to make this a 2-possession game or even a 1-possession game here. Whistle blown. And a timeout is called. You're watching Waterbury High School Sports Basketball Replay on Channel 16 and 96. My name is Michael Valenti. Quarterfinals action of the CIAC Class Double-L tournament between the Crosby Bulldogs and the Ledyard Colonels. The Bulldogs trying to make their first state championship title since 2004, 2005. Their banner a little outdated. They trying to get a new one here at the Crosby Palace. Thomas almost mishandles it there. Drives the lane, no good. And it's rebounded underneath, and it's good. Kari Childs with the points there. Wide open, Tyshawn Rogers for 3. No good. And it's rebounded by Asim King. King brings it behind the 3-point line. Over to Rogers. Rogers loses the ball, goes out of bounds. Ledyard doing a pretty decent job quieting down this offense of the Crosby Bulldogs, a team that has averaged throughout the season over 80 points a game. Lex Perez over to Tyrus Sands. Now to Juan Padilla. Padilla stops at the elbow, passes over to Lex Perez. Zarvon Love trying to call for a pass, goes over to Tyshawn Rogers, almost over the head though. Lex Perez, nice move. Shot up, no good. Rebound underneath by Darnay Gray. And we're going the other way. River Thomas passing it over. Shot for 3. No good. Rims out. River Thomas picks up the rebound. Kicks it out wide open is Scott Whipple. Passing it over. After a couple bounces, goes to Philip Thomas. Driving the lane. River Thomas. And a foul is called. That's actually Childs driving the line. Number 5. From where I'm sitting here, the numbers are so small that 5 and 1 kind of look similar. So my apologies there. Childs first is no good after it rims out. Second free throw is good. Tyshawn Rogers lofting it over to Tyrus Sands. Sands to Perez. The shot, no good. A lot of wild shots that aren't going in for the Bulldogs tonight. Not the strongest shooting team that we know here, as it's 40-37. Shot no good. Rebounded by Sands, going the other way, trying to get points in transition. Shot off the glass and good for two. Lex Perez had 15 points in the first half. That's his first two here in the second half. Bulldogs lead by 5 in the third quarter. River Thomas. Foul is called, and Asim King with his hands up in the air does not like the call. Those are fouls you cannot commit, especially when you're this far in the tournament. The ball is not even near you, and you commit the foul. Andrew Bird will inbound for Ledyard. Pass in the corner. Double team by Padilla and Perez. And a travel is called, so good job there by the Bulldogs, forcing the turnover. And Padilla will quickly cross the half-court line. Perez trying to get his shot in the corner. Ball's loose, and it's going the other way. Shot, no good. It's blocked. Rebounded by Bird. Now to Gray. Good for two with two people on him. They still haven't found an answer for Darnay Gray. Ball stolen, going the other way. It's 2-0. Philip Thomas finishes it off. And a timeout called by Crosby. And there's not a better time to take a timeout here if you're Nick Jolly. Timeout on Crosby as their lead is slowly coming away. You're watching Waterbury High School Sports Basketball Replay at Channel 16 and 96. My name is Michael Valenti. Quarterfinals action of the CIAC Class XXL tournament between the Crosby Bulldogs and the Ledyard Colonels. The Bulldogs haven't seen a game like this since Sacred Heart came into town on that cold January night, where the Bulldogs were trailing all night long, forced overtime, and eventually lost to Sacred Heart, their only loss of the season. And really since then, they have cruised along in their season, haven't really had to really fight for victories. They've had huge lead after huge lead after huge lead, and this is a big challenge for the Bulldogs tonight. If they can survive tonight, they might have a chance at the state championship. Padilla in the corner, Lex Perez for three, no good. That's Lex Perez's hot spot, and he has not been hot there tonight. Bounce pass from Bird, and a foul is called before the shot. So Benson will go to the line, I believe, or no, will not go to the line. It looked like they were forming to go to the line, but nope, just setting up their play. Bounce pass, loose, and it's eventually picked up by Gray. Gray up and good again. "24 points for Darnay Gray. The shot is good, so Zarvon Love will go to the line to complete the three-point play. Foul committed by Kari Child. Love just scored his first points of the night, looking to complete a three-point play. He was 0 for 2 in the first half from the free throw line. The free throw is good from Rogers. Excuse me, the free throw is good from Love. Three-point play has been converted. Bird kicks it off to number 5. Now offered in the corner. Shot for 3 is good. So just as Love hits the three-point play, the Colonels answer back with a three-point of their own. Asim King now in the corner. Zone defense applied by the Colonels. Shot put up, and it's good. Asim King. That was a two-pointer. His foot was on the line. Now over to number 2. That is Dominique Benson. Juan Padilla over to Tyrus Sands in the corner. That's Lex Perez. Perez trying to drive the baseline, but he's guarded heavily. Has to kick it out to Tyrus Sands. Now Tyshawn Rogers. Ball is loose. Picked up by Padilla. Drives the baseline, kicks it out. Wide open in the hot spot, but he can't get the shot off as Lex Perez. The ball was too slow, and a travel is called. Lex Perez is going to ask, was it on the steps or was it on the jump up and down? And I believe it was up and down. So it's going the other way. Currently, the possession arrow is to Crosby in case there's any jump balls late in this game. Spin move. Darnay Gray is good. Another 2 points there from Gray as time expires here in the third quarter. Eight minutes to go in this game. The Crosby Bulldogs trying to fight off and head to the Mohegan Sun Arena. But now they trail 50-48. You're watching Waterbury High School Sports Basketball Replay on channel 16 and 96. My name is Michael Valenti, and this one's far from over. We get set for the fourth quarter. The Crosby Bulldogs trailing for just the second time all season long in the fourth quarter. They start off with the ball. Pass nearly intercepted there, lofted off to Juan Padilla. Padilla, who's a death trap at the three-point line. Kicks it out to Rogers. Shot put up. No good. Rogers for the tie. No good. And it's rebounded by Ledyard, and a foul is called on Tyshawn Rogers. Again, the last time the Crosby Bulldogs were trailing in the fourth quarter was against Sacred Heart, and they lost that game. It was here at the Crosby Palace, too. Pass over to Bird. Man-to-man defense for the Bulldogs. Shot up off the glass and good for 2. Dominique Benson extends the lead to 4 in the fourth quarter. Pass goes out of bounds, going the other way. Intended for Tyshawn Rogers. And slowly but surely, the Bulldogs are starting to implode. Substitutions made. I mean, this one's far from over. The Bulldogs are a team that love to score, but the way they score, they haven't been able to tonight. They haven't been able to force that turnover and get points in transition. Ledyard has done a very good job holding on to the ball and not forcing those turnovers. Ball is loose, still loose. Diving on it is Perez. Jump ball, possession arrow to Ledyard. 6:44 to go. 52-48. Ledyard leads. In front of this jam-packed crowd at the Crosby Palace in Waterbury. Pass is stolen by Tyrus Sands. Sands off the glass, no good, and it's going the other way, rebounded by Dominique Benson. Driving the lane is Philip Thomas and draws the foul. Those are 2 points you got to have if you're Tyrus Sands. You got to have those 2 points. Trailing by 4, get the big steal. All you got to do is lay it off the glass and get the 2 points. But it just rims out, rebounded by Benson, and going the other way as Philip Thomas misses the first free throw. Thomas hits the second free throw. Lex Perez. So now a 5-point lead for the Colonels. Tyshawn Rogers for 3. No good. Zarvon Love kicks it out. Shot put up by King. It's good. Tell you what, though, those the 2 hot spots that have not been helping the Bulldogs either. Lex Perez in the corner and Tyshawn Rogers from his NBA size 3s. They're just not hitting them. Gray can't handle the pass. It's picked up by Bird, and a whistle is called as Philip Thomas is on the ground. Crosby needs to start hitting those shots, especially Lex Perez and Tyshawn Rogers. When you get the points, you gotta get those points when you have the shots. Lex Perez with a hand in his face for 3, it's no good, and rebounded by Benson. Wide open and good for 2 is Kari Childs. So now the lead is 7. Asim King drives the baseline. Underneath is Lex Perez off the glass, no good. Ball is loose, and it's going the other way. It's Dominique Benson. Falls on the ground, whistle blown. 55-50 to score. Crosby commits another foul. That's 16 fouls, so 1 more, and that puts Ledyard in the bonus. Timeout is called. Tyrus Sands commits his 4th foul of the night. Sands, a decent 3-point shooter, a decent rebounder. Will be a huge blow if he is fouled out of this game. You're watching Waterbury High School Sports Basketball Replay on Channel 16 and 96. My name is Michael Valenti. 55-50. The Ledyard Colonels lead the Crosby Bulldogs in this quarterfinal matchup at the CIAC Class AA tournament. The Bulldogs, if they are able to climb their way back and win this one at home, they'll be going to the Mohegan Sun Arena for the semifinals and potentially the finals. Timeout is over. Inbound in the corner for 3. No good. Ball's loose out of bounds. Last touch by the Colonels, and it's going to Crosby. So the winner of this game will represent Quadrant 4 of the CIAC tournament. They will face the winner of the Quadrant 3 bracket. In that game between Bridgeport Central and Ridgefield currently happening. The shot no good. Bounce pass over to number 5. That's no good. Childs misses the shot. Ball is loose. Picked up by Benson off the foul line. And a foul is called. Other games happening right now. Fairfield Prep, the number 1 seed, squaring off against Hill House who knocked off another Waterbury team earlier in the tournament, Wilby. And in quadrant 2, it's Greenwich versus New Britain. First free throw is good. Dominique Benson, who drew the foul. Second free throw is good. That is the 17th foul for the Bulldogs. So now the Colonels are in the bonus. Something to notice late in this game if the Chargers need to foul to stop the clock. Rogers to King. King trying to find somebody. Stops his dribble, goes over to Lex Perez. Shot from the side of the elbow. It's good for 2. Lex Perez, who led the Bulldogs with 12 points in the first half, only has 4 in the second half. Ball underneath and whistle blown, going the other way. Tyshawn Rogers, the other one, who had 10 points in the first half. He has been silenced in the second half. Rogers over to Tyrus Sands, now to Asim King. King to Lex Perez. Perez loses the ball, but a foul is called. Dominique Benson just reached a little too much. So the foul against Ledyard. Bulldogs get away with one there. King will pass it back to Tyshawn Rogers, who has yet to score in the second half. Lex Perez, 4 points in the second half. Asim King, who has 4 points himself in the second half. Lofted over to Lex Perez, now over to Tyrus Sands. Perez thinks about shooting. Contact made, no foul called. And the Bulldogs having a tough time getting around the zone for 3. And again, Lex Perez cannot hit it from the corner, and it's rebounded by Darnay Gray. Going the other way, off the glass, and good for 2. That's Kari Childs. Shot off the glass, no good. Ball out of bounds, going to Ledyard. No, it's going to Crosby. The ref first signaled that it was going to Ledyard, but then changed his mind. I guess a ref can do that. Tyrus Sands over to Lex Perez. Another 2-3 zone being applied by Ledyard. King thinks about shooting, eventually passes it, and then gets the ball back for 3. It's good! Timeout called by Ledyard. Crosby not out of this one yet. They are fighting. They're trying to keep their CIAC Class XL State Tournament alive. Trying to get their first title since 2004-2005. Just to give you a picture of, the last time that happened, some of these kids weren't even in school yet. The last time Crosby won a state championship, some of the players on the Crosby roster were not even in school. Some of the players like Tyshawn Rogers, Lex Perez, Asim King, as seniors, were in the 3rd grade. So they don't really remember the time when Crosby last won a state tournament. They want to change that. They want to change it to the point where the last time Crosby won a championship was the 2013-2014 season. But this Ledyard Colonels team is trying to prevent that. Ledyard still has the ball. Bounce pass over to number 3, that's Bruton. Deontay Bruton goes coast to coast and hits the lane. Lex Perez kicks it out to Tyshawn Rogers. NBA size 3. It's good. So a quick 2 points by Ledyard, quickly answered by Tyshawn Rogers, and a 3-pointer. Bruton underneath to Thomas. Gets fouled as he fades away on the jumper. So another foul on Crosby. Thomas will go to the line shooting 2. So there is a stoppage of play here. I think a couple of substitutions are being made. Philip Thomas will go to the line shooting 2. All the remaining Colonels are off your screen because they're on the other side of the court. They're going to let Crosby get the rebound. Thomas hits the first. And the second from Thomas is no good. Easily rebounded by Tyrus Sands and then handed off to Asim King, now to Tyshawn Rogers. So the play does work so far for Ledyard as the entire defense is already set up. Shot for 3 for Rogers is good. Tyshawn Rogers hits another 3-pointer. Crosby not out of this one yet. Bruton, loosely guarded, passing it over to Benson. Back to Bruton. Back to Benson. Back to Bruton. Lex Perez thinking about trying to tip that pass for a fast break. Doesn't do it though. Benson spins around. Pick made. Benson, nice pass there to Philip Thomas. Over to Bruton. Someone comes off the bench for Ledyard as a substitution could be made. Bounce off to Benson. Back to Deontay Bruton. Trying to kill the clock for that final shot.
Yeah.
And a whistle was blown. Foul called. Dominique Benson will go to the line shooting 2, and again, for strategic purposes, the entire Ledyard team on the other side of the court, the final 4. First free throw is good. If you need to name a player of the game tonight, it's definitely Darnay Gray, which Crosby did not have an answer for at all. He just dominated underneath. The second free throw is good from Benson. Tyshawn Rogers crosses the half-court line. Juan Padilla passing it over to Asim King. Lex Perez for 3. Rims out. And a foul is called. Inbounding this one is Asim King. Walking in the corner, it's Lex Perez, guarded by Kari Childs. Asim King kicking it out to Lex Perez. Perez, again, guarded by Childs. Asim King guarded by Darnay Gray. Trying to drive, he can't do it. It's off the foot of a Ledyard defender, which was Philip Thomas, and it's going to be a stoppage of play for a kickball. Tyshawn Rogers will inbound this one.
It's just 1-3.
Padilla can hit the three, as can Tyshawn Rogers. Actually, all 5 members of the Bulldogs on the floor right now are dangerous behind the three-point line as a foul is called. Tyshawn Rogers will go to the line shooting 2. Which will probably happen because they are trailing right now. Rogers, if he does hit the first one, will try to miss the second one purposely. If not, if he misses the first, he'll hit the second one. First one is no good. So you wonder here, will Tyshawn Rogers purposely miss trying to get the rebound from either King or Tyrus Sands? Sands is on the side of Darnay Gray. Second free throw is good, so Rogers does not attempt to miss the free throw. Stephen Dunbar, who's a big three-point shooter, comes in for Juan Padilla. Dunbar also a little bit better defensively. And Ledyard calls a timeout. So David Cornish, the head coach of Ledyard, gonna try to make a play here so that the ball is not touched by Crosby again in this game. So Crosby fans calling for defense, a defense chant. You don't usually hear that from Crosby because they never have to play any defense with their huge lead. So now it's a bunch of chasing around, trying to get a foul. Passing it around now, it's over to Benson. Now a foul on number 3, Deontay Bruton. Tyshawn Rogers committing the foul, and Bruton will go to the line and shoot a couple free throws. Double bonus now for Ledyard. First free throw is good. If it is the final game of the season for Crosby tonight, what an unbelievable season for them. Unfortunately, it ends in a way they weren't anticipating. Second free throw is good. Tyshawn Rogers gets the inbound pass. Ball is loose. He dives on it, calls a timeout before a jump ball could be made. And Dave Cornish gives a big high five there to number 5, Corey Childs, who did a terrific job with knocking that ball loose where Tyshawn Rogers had to jump on it and call a timeout. Padilla hits it out to Tyrus Sands. Asim King on top of the key. Trying to drive. Shot put up. No good. It's short. Rebounded underneath by Ledyard. And a foul is called. Folks, that looks like it's going to do it as you see some of the fans slowly coming down and leaving the Crosby Palace. Again, what an unbelievable season for the Crosby Bulldogs. Our first year of doing Waterbury High School sports basketball replay, or my first year doing it. First free throw is good. You get to witness Tyshawn Rogers, who became the all-time leading scorer in the Naugatuck Valley League. This team lost only one game coming into tonight. Again, that was against Sacred Heart. Second free throw is good. Naugatuck Valley League champions, number 3 seed in the CIAC Class AA tournament. Made it all the way to the quarterfinals and just hit a roadblock against this very tough Ledyard Colonels team. The Colonels, who are 14-0 in their conference. Tyshawn Rogers will go to the line. First free throw is no good. And it's rebounded by the Colonels. And a foul is called. So another trip to the free throw line here as we are slowly getting down to the final seconds of this game. And more people from Crosby are leaving the Palace. So Crosby, who had home court advantage in their quadrant of the CIAC tournament, you'd think they would have had that advantage to get them to the Mohegan Sun Arena. Unfortunately, that's not going to be the story. Ledyard will go to the Mohegan Sun Arena for the semifinals in the Final Four of the CIAC tournament, as both free throws are good. They will face Bridgeport Central. As the shot is put up by Lex Perez, it's no good. You see the Colonels jumping for joy in the middle of the Crosby Palace as they are advancing to the semifinals. Final score, the Colonels 70, the Bulldogs 62, and unfortunately, that means that's going to be our final broadcast for Waterbury High School Sports Basketball Replay on Channel 16 and 96. My name is Michael Valenti. It has been an amazing first year of doing this. Can't wait to do it again. So for one last time this basketball season, so long from the Crosby Palace.
This has been a presentation of Mattituck Productions and Waterbury High School Sports.